Hey there everybody, this is Piper here. So this is the next battle from the Sociorum Bellum tournament. This was actually the final. The previous two battles to this were the semi-final, and that was the battles between the CWH side consisting of Daud, Spider Pig and Tacitus versus the USSR side consisting of Feder, Morgan, Alex, Fove. So same players in this battle. We've got CWH Daud playing as Parthia, CWH Spider Pig playing as Greece, and Tacitus is playing as Britannia. So if you've actually watched the first battle in the semi-final, the CWH side actually brought the same factions as these. So there's probably a strategy that was discussed beforehand concerning what to bring and positioning and all the rest of it. This is actually the second USSR side that the USSR clan had in this tournament. I can't remember them. We'll see the names when they appear when the battle starts. But what we'll do is we'll go through the battle armies first before the battle actually starts, and then we will see what the USSR side has actually brought. So I would imagine the CWH side probably brought the same or close to the same as what they brought in the first battle. I can see that Daud has gone for heavy in the cataphract again. 6 cataphract, regular. They are 5 upgrade. 2 camel. Camels are 5 upgrade. 6 archers. If I remember, he had 4 upgrades on the archers. He's actually put 5 upgrades on them now. And the slingers have no upgrades at all and 1 peasant. Greece, it looks like the same army as the semi-final, the first battle. 6 armoured hoplite gold, 6 archers gold, 3 Cretans gold attack, 3 units of militia cavalry, these guys are gold, and 2 hoplites. So the hoplites are gold, they're not as good as the armoured hoplite, don't have the stats, but they're really there just to sort of help Britannia or help Parthia in case there's a rush. So it allows Spider Pig to keep our centre strong and then use those 2 phalanx anywhere that it comes under threat. Tak has the same army as the first battle. He's got 6 slingers gold, 5 head hurlers, they are gold, 5 upgrade, most of them are 5 upgrade, 6 barbarian warlord chariots, 2 chariot archers, 1 peasant. And just quickly looking at the USSR side, it looks like it's SPQR, Rome, Armenia, and Carthage. So again, CWH will have the chariot advantage, but they do get Rome and Carthage, which probably have a better selection of light cavalry than what the CWH side can bring. Plus, there'll be good pike with Carthage. So as you can see from the top right hand side of the battle, it's quite a long battle. Much longer than the first 2 battles from the semi-final. So we're going to check out what the Russians have. So they've gone for, I can see 2 Roman cohort, 4 archer auxilia, 4 regular archers. So we'll go through the players. USSR Cat is playing as Rome, USSR Stalin is playing as Armenia, and USSR Kaban is playing as Carthage. So as I was saying, Cat has brought quite a balanced army. It's got 2 urban cohort, they are 6 upgrade, 4 regular archers, 4 auxiliary archers, gold, 3 upgrade. He's got 4 units of Praetorian cavalry, they are gold, and he's gone for the light cavalry auxilia, just gold attack, and that one's only 2 upgrade for the attack. Armenia, it looks like it's 5 cataphract, gold, 2 horse archers, they are gold attack, and he's probably got something else somewhere in amongst the marshy area, I would imagine. 3 heavy spearmen, rest archers, gold, gold. So Carthage, it looks like it's the pike force, almost the same as what the Macedonian player brought in the semi-finals for USSR. She's got 6 very good pike. They are the Sacred Banner, gold, gold. 6 slingers, gold, gold, and a selection of cavalry, like 2 Numidian mercenaries and 2 round shield, and he's got 2 blade X-slingers as well. So I don't really see any other cavalry for Armenia. I think he's just got the 5 units of cataphract and the 2 horse archers. So the horse archers have gold attack. So USSR Stalin has actually got 5 heavy pike as opposed to just 3 heavy pike. Cavalry, horse archers, and archers. So check out what's happened here. Tak has moved round both of his chariot archers. He's got 2 barbarian warlord chariots, and Spider Pig is using his light cavalry to support the right side of Tacitus. Tacitus has got chariots all round the COH flank and front. Daud has spaced out all of his missile troops and spaced out his cataphract. So something to note in this battle, the Carthaginian player has put 4 units of pike here and 2 blade X-slingers. And they positioned those troops in amongst the marshy area. So even though they're not breaking CWB rules, they don't have these units hidden. Units, so especially chariots that travel over the marshy area, actually go slower, which will give the blade X-slingers quite a good advantage over... There's actually a horse that's actually died there. They'll have quite a good advantage versus the chariots because they'll travel slower, which means that the blade X-slingers will be more accurate. So I'd imagine Tak will be quite cautious to enter this area. He might even outflank. Because this is 3 versus 3, the map is absolutely huge. He does have the opportunity to outflank and even maybe attack the other side. USSR Cat has the 4 units of cavalry auxilia. They're going to be pretty powerful. They're more powerful than the Carthaginian light cavalry. So as expected, USSR do have the light cavalry advantage in this battle, but they don't have the chariots of Tacitus. So right now, not really too much is happening. Tak's moved forward his peasants. There's no takers on the USSR side. They'll be within range of the archers, but obviously the peasants are there as cannon fodder. And you shouldn't really fire at peasants, which is why they're not actually firing at the peasants. Got a slight engagement between the horse archers and the chariot archer, the barbarian warlord archers, or chariots rather. And is that the general? Just see if that's a general. I don't really think that's a general. That's 1 unit of barbarian warlord that are actually fairly well upgraded. You tend to find that when you play as barbarian factions, even though barbarian warlord chariots don't need any upgrades at all in these sort of battles, you sometimes want to put upgrades on the chariot unit in case the unit dies, because it's worth a lot to your army to have the general live when you're Britannia. But I don't think that the general's actually there. I think the general's actually back here somewhere. Won't be there, he's probably over here. But he's about somewhere. I'm sure we'll find out where he is later on. So not too much is happening. So Tak's going to move around his British chariot archers. He's got 1 there, and he's got 1 here. He's got barbarian warlord chariot here, and Spider Pig has 2 units of militia cavalry. So the militia cavalry, it's not really any match for Rome. The cavalry auxilia is the best jav cav in the game. they'll just destroy the militia cavalry, but when you combine light cavalry and chariots versus other light cavalry, even if it's chariot archers, they absolutely destroy light cavalry. So Cat's moved forward his cavalry auxilia, and they'll be going for, they're actually shooting the peasants. They should really be shooting the archers. I think, yeah, he shot a couple of peasants there, but he's actually switched to the Parthian archers. So they're down to 33 number, and not too much has happened. Obviously this is the final in the tournament, so both sides don't want to make any mistakes. Tak wants to use his chariot archers the best that he can. Which is the other one? He's got one over here as well, and he's actually moved one all the way around. He wants to really stay out of this marshy area and really concentrate getting kills, because the longer the chariots stay in this area, the more shots the Baleariacs will get against them, which means they'll suffer more damage. So these horse archers are actually fairly fresh. They've charged, looks like a strategy Stalin is using of charging forward, taking a volley from the Parthian archers and then moving back. These guys are only gold attack, and he hasn't lost too many of those troops. He's not lost any actually. So I think I might speed this up slightly. It's a very, very long battle. If you check the right hand side of this screen here, we're about 40% of the way through. The Cat's going to move down one of his cavalry auxilia, and these guys will get some damage on the Battanian chariots. They had the same speed, so it's unlikely the Battanian chariots will be able to catch up. They're both fairly fresh, unless Tak can maybe get a pincer movement, which he's trying to do right here. Cat's going to come out of skirmish mode and direct these guys back if he can, but Leslie's going to get caught here, and Tak manages to catch that unit of light cavalry. So these guys never had guard mode on. If you had the guard mode on the light cavalry, you would have probably been able to save those guys, but Tak was able to catch that unit there, and he's taken out a unit of light cavalry. So that's really important in this battle. When you have a faction like Britannia, you've got all of that light cavalry. Taking out the light cavalry really helps you skirmish better, because obviously light cavalry is a lot faster than heavy cavalry. The more light cavalry you have, the easier it is to chase down the archers. So I think we're going to speed this up slightly, and not too much has happened here. Tak's going to charge in again versus the horse archers, and he could have gone for a charge in there versus the cavalry auxilia. He's chosen not to, because I think he knows that if he charges in, the rest of these guys might charge in as well, and then he might get caught and he might lose that unit. He's getting shot to pieces though. It's not too bad, I guess. I mean, done a lot of damage against the light cavalry. I think he might have got a couple of kills on the horse archers as well. But USSR are playing very defensively, because obviously they have the 2 units of urban cohort as well. These guys are gold. They've got the Carthaginian Sacred Band spearmen, they're gold. And the Archer Wars actually started between... So in fact, I thought the Archer War had actually started there because the Slingers don't have the range advantage against the Archers. But it looks like they're just out of range, and a lot of those guys are shooting the peasants right now. So we'll just change the camera around here. So the peasants are getting absolutely annihilated, but that's really why these guys are brought. They're brought to basically take arrows from the enemy and preserve the more important troops. So these guys are fresh, and they're going to rout pretty soon, I'd imagine. But the enemy have used a fair amount of arrows on those guys, so that investment has actually been worth it for Tacitus. Tak has seen the cats move forward, unit of Roman archers, which put these guys within the range. Tak's going to move forward to units of slingers, and they're within range of the archers now. So Tak is staying away from this marshy area. He's keeping one unit of light chariots in the right flank. He's got the other unit right here. Well, that's the warlord chariot. He's got the other unit over there. And he'll be resting that chariot unit. They're actually warmed up. Looks like the main engagement with the archers is about to take place. All the COH archers are moving forward. They've probably got a slight positional advantage against USSR because that's a much stronger formation than that in terms of the missile battle. So basically, there's going to be parts in this line, for example, the corners, where that's going to enable Daud to get side-on shots, and here as well, Spider Pig can get shots in the sides there as well, which is a lot more powerful than direct one-on-one frontal shots. Again, Tak will be able to get shots in the sides here, which he's probably going to do, which he does right there. He gets a slight side-on shot versus the Carthaginian slingers, which is why that formation is a lot more better. So if this basically holds out, COH should win the Archer War. Obviously, Rome has the 4 units of Archer Auxilia. They're fighting versus the slingers. Kaban's charged for a unit of Numidian mercenaries. Carthage does have the 2 units of Bladiac slingers, and Tak has enough chariots here to defend the slingers versus that unit of light cavalry, but the Numidian the Numidian mercenaries are very good light cavalry, so they're full strength. They'll be quite a big threat to the Britannian slingers. So check out what's happening around the back. Spider Pig's actually caught one of the Bladiac slingers. I think they actually came over to hit the British light chariots, but Spider Pig had cavalry over there, and they actually caught the unit of Bladiacs, and looks like a unit of light cavalry or auxilia cavalry was caught as well in that engagement. So right there, Tak's got a unit of chariots in amongst the Numidian mercenaries, and he's going to try and get some kills against the light cavalry. Because those guys were surrounded and they were actually reduced by over half, they actually routed, but Tak was able to get the kill against the Rengio cavalry. He got some kills on the light cavalry, and he did a couple of kills on the blade axe as well. There's still all of Tak's head hurlers. There's 5 there with 5 and 6 upgrades, all the armoured hoplite and all the cataphract as well. Plus the tide's probably slightly turning. There's 2 full strength units of cavalry auxilia and 2 Numidian mercenaries and 1 round shield. Spider Pig has 2 units of militia cavalry. So USSR still have the advantage with the light cavalry, but the Britannian chariots are the same speed as light cavalry, so it's kind of a trade-off there, because the chariots are obviously very bad versus pike, and Carthage has a lot of those. So Tak has his chariot archers around the backs. Let's get 1 there and 1 there. Those guys are fresh. Those guys are very tired. Daud has moved over 2 units of his camels, and Tacitus is going to pull back his chariot archers, get some kills on these units here. Daud's going to charge forward and rout that unit of Archer Auxilia, and he's going to charge in against the Cavalry Auxilia as well. And because those guys are in loose formation, I think they were in guard mode as well, Daud didn't do too much damage. More good plays are by Spider Pig. Got some good kills against the Numidian mercenaries, but he's lost 2 units there, and he's probably going to lose the rest of his light cavalry right there, but he's done a lot of damage to the Carthaginian light cavalry. So again, Tacitus is going to pull around his chariot archers. You can see the Blariacs are getting some shots in the sides there. Tak doesn't want to spend too much time in this area because he knows that he's going to take damage against the Blariacs. So Kaban also has some units of 20 spearmen as well. He's got 6 Sacred Band, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 220, at least 220. And Tak is still engaged with the Carthaginian slingers. So a bit of a gap's opened up right here, which has left the way forward for Tacitus to get some kills against that unit of Archer Auxilia, and they actually rout. So they're going to rout off the field. Tacitus has his other unit of chariot archers right here, and he has another one right there as well. So Spider Pig using his 4 units of Cretans. These guys haven't suffered too much. His 3 units of Cretans. These guys haven't suffered too much damage. They'll be getting some good side-on shots in there versus the Roman archers. To be honest, it looks like USSR have actually done a good job against the COH archers. I was going to say I thought they might have a slight advantage, but if you just check here, Daud has a lot of archers left. Still got the Cretans there. Still a fair amount of Greek regular archers. Probably say the advantage lies with COH. And again, just like the semi-final, USSR are kind of bunching up their armies. I mean, obviously you get Rome versus Britannia. Chariots are far better than the Praetorian cavalry, which is why USSR Cat went for a balanced army of Praetorian cavalry, light cavalry, and urbans. He could have gone for 8 Praetorian cavalry, or well, rather 6 Praetorian cavalry and 2 legionary cavalry. But again, if he comes into direct conflict with Britannia and the cavalry gets wiped out, it means that he will lose most of his cavalry. So having a balanced army, light cavalry have the same speed as chariots. They can outrun, they can get shots in there, and the heavy cavalry can do damage to the cataphract. But they've actually got really close to the cataphract right there. He's left himself open to arrow shots from Spider Pig, and there's also arrow shots coming in there from the backs from the chariot archers. Tak is going to charge in the Barbarian Warlord, and that combination of chariots and cataphract, that's going to be very damaging versus the Praetorian cavalry. We got the Z charge in there almost from Daud. Wasn't needed, and those Praetorian cavalry being wiped out just there. So there's actually a charge here against the pike and the hurlers. Obviously, there's not enough archers here to beat all of this. If they can charge versus the pike and the hurlers, they'll probably have a good shot winning. But like I was saying in the first battle, the more the enemy chases pike and the enemy chases archers, the tireder these units become, and the more opportunities for shots in the sides, shots in the back, and the better shots appear when units are moving. So there's a trade-off to everything. It looks like Carthage has got a little bit separated from Armenia. Couple of missile units here. Those guys are firing versus the Britannian slingers. And you can see here the units that were left at the back when Carthage and Armenia charged forward, they were getting caught by the chariots and the Praetorian, the chariots and the catacamos. So there's a lot of archers being left here. I think they still have arrows left. They don't have arrows left. These guys probably have stones left. Yeah, they have stones left. So these guys are going to charge forward. And that's going to be a rout on the urban cohort. And the urban cohort, they're not really expendable. They're go-go. They're very expensive troops. And that's quite a big blow for the Roman army. So what's going to happen here is the Carthage player Kaban and USSR Stalin, they're both going to charge forward. They really wanted to hit the head hurlers. The head hurlers are very, very powerful units. They have the ability to absolutely annihilate the sacred band pike. But the downside is that if you look at their units closely, they don't have any armour. Being typical Scottish kind of troops, they place a high emphasis on bravery. Being a barbarian faction as well, they have war paint. They have no armour, which means they're very powerful on the attack but very weak on the defence. So these guys are really charging forward here. Attack's a little bit separated here. He's doing his best to try and escape. He's got one unit of barbarian warlord chariots. Again, that's all the archers that were left behind. They've just been taken out. There's a unit of Roman archers right there and a unit of pike. Pike are 3 upgrade. And the Greek pike are over here, and they've actually started to run now. So it's probably likely Tak's going to lose a couple units of hurlers here. He's doing his best to try and hold back these cataphract. The chariots are very powerful versus cavalry, but against a clumped block of cavalry, especially cataphract, they're a little bit vulnerable. So what Tak will probably do here is he'll probably take these guys out of skirmish mode and try and at least direct summon them back. I'm sure he's going to lose a couple of units of hurlers, but not really much he can do. I think these guys are like fast moving possibly. But again, the more chasing the Carthage player does and the Armenian player, I mean, these cataphract are already fairly tired. The more tired these guys get, the less effective they are. And when you consider there's a lot of Parthian cataphract, and there's actually 2 units of catacamels that Daud has left, some at the back there as well, and the archers. It's quite a close battle actually. I think if these cavalry can catch some of these units of hurlers, they'll do a lot of damage and it'll probably swing things a little bit. Tak has his units of chariots coming back. These guys are just tired. These guys are very tired. And as expected, Tak's going to lose that unit of hurlers, but he's going to save 4 units right there. They're going to come back and they're going to be protected by Daud's cataphract and the armoured hoplite. So the cataphract are very, very powerful troops. They have very, very good stats and they're very well armoured, but they don't have stamina, they don't have the speed. They're not as slow as catacamels, they're actually faster, but in terms of like chariots, I mean the chariots here, they're actually going for the kills against the horse archers. They ran out of arrows anyway, but the battalion chariots they have the same speed as the fastest light cav. 2 different sorts of speeds for light cav. There's, I call it tier 1 speed, which is the speed of all Jav cav, speed of equites, the speed of Arab cav. There's like slower Jav cav, but battalion chariots, they are as fast as the fastest light cav, which is a really good advantage to have when you consider how powerful these units are. So they have quite a good advantage versus the cataphract. These guys are tired. These guys are exhausted, very tired. The cataphract are only tired. Plus, the pike are now separated from the cataphract. Daud's cataphract are right here with the catacamels, and it looks like the main engagement between Greece and Carthage is about to begin. So Spider Pig, even though the CH side have the advantage with the the archers. There's still a lot of archers left. I think some of them probably have arrows left as well. These guys don't have arrows. What about the slingers? The slingers have some arrows left. I think the Sea-Witch side have pretty much won this. So Spider Pig's going to move forward his armoured hoplite. And they will actually 1 versus 1 go gold. They will lose versus the Sacred Band, but then you've got the 4 units of head hurlers coming in. These guys are actually exhausted, but we're going to see like a rain of heads coming in, and there's going to be like a mass rout. That's the slingers just routed there. These guys will be breaking it because they've been outflanked, be concerned over their flanks, and they've got all these heads flying in. So that's the centre of Carthage is broken. USSR Kaban has decided to go for the charge versus the cataphract. That's a good actual move to make, because it means that you've got pike, cataphract, almost pincer attacking the Carthaginian, the Parthian cavalry. But when you consider there's actually catacamos in here as well, the catacamos are so much better than regular cataphract, that even though the pike were there, the pike weren't involved enough to make a big difference. And that's going to be a win for the Sea-Witch side. So bear in mind, this was the first battle in the final of the Sociorum Bellum tournament, and that's going to be a win for the Sea-Witch side. So very well played to all players. That was a very tight battle. Very well played to the Sea-Witch side. I thought all the Sea-Witch players played really well. I thought Tacitus did really well at the start. He decided not to attack in the marshy area. Quite a smart player. He actually moved round and attacked from the rear and the other flank. Spider Pig did a great job. Saw the opportunity to attack the pike when Daud was actually in the way between the Sacred Band and the cataphract. And well played to all the USSR players. I thought they played really well, and that was a really interesting battle. You don't often see 3 versus 3 tournament battles anymore. It's kind of hard arranging the times and getting all the players involved. But anyway, that was a great battle there. Hope you've enjoyed this battle replay. If you haven't already, like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next battle, which will be the last battle from this tournament. Thank you for watching. This is Piper signing off.